Okay guys, so I thought I'd just show you my sound setup for the lower school play. The play is called Alice. It's a take on Alice in Wonderland with 8 groups telling different stories. So the sound setup we've got the LS9 here, and we're in the marquee. Around the marquee we've got 4 powered speakers, and the back 2 actually are on top of some subs, just to give the sound some more depth into it. And I've got it set up so I can control the back speakers and the front speakers independently. We've also got, if I can zoom in, you might be able to just see 6 hanging mics, 2 there, 2 in the middle and 2 on the right hand side. So they're front of stage and then middle of stage, to try and pick up some of the actors on stage. So how I've got that on here, I've got 1 to 6 are the overhead mics. This is a custom fader level. I've then got these sending to mix 1 up here. Mix 1 then is sent to a rack. I'm actually bypassing the rack, just using that to output to channel 31 and 32, which are these 2, and these get sent to the stereo bus. These first channels have been taken off of the stereo bus, so they just enter the mix, so that gives me a master control for the 6 microphones. So it's quite good just to raise and lower the level with one fader. This is we've got a computer over there doing some sound effects, and that's on this channel, channel 16, which I've actually rerouted to 15 on custom fader level. And these 2 are my outputs, so I've got the front speakers and I've also got the rear speakers. See, so there's front and then the rear. So the way we're running this, the cables come out the back into a snake. The snake then travels a massive cable under there and along to the edge of the marquee. That then goes to another snake here, which then travels all the way down to the back of stage. So looking under the stage, we can see there's a mess of cables. That's the end of the snake there. You can see the 6 microphones on the right, and on the left they're the 4 speaker outs. This is all the cables for the hanging mics, and you can see those better now. They're up here. We need to re-angle them, they're just hanging so they tend to twist around a bit, but I'll do that just before the show so they don't move. And these are the speakers. So we've got the mid and high on top. These are powered MSR 100s from Yamaha, and we've got an alto sub here. The audio goes into the sub, comes out of the sub, into the high speaker, and we've also got a monitor here, just so the actors on stage can hear the music for their dancers. And that we've just daisy chained that out the another output on the sub. So not the best setup, but we couldn't run any more lines down, because one of our snakes only got 4 sends on it. Okay, back up to the desk now. Also show you that I've got on rack 1, I've got a paired EQ with rack 2. These are EQs for the stereo left and right output. So that's just for a bit of feedback. And then on each of the microphones in from stage, got another EQ there, so high pass filter, and then taking out some of the hiss, and that's to try and get rid of some of the bucket frequency. We've got a bit of a problem with the audio input, which is this one. As you can see, we've got a signal coming through, but there's no audio being played. So what I've done on that one, I've actually added in, if you see on the screen, I've actually added in the, let me just get to it. I've got a gate on there. So for about minus 30, I think, or minus 50, that just stops that noise coming through when there's no when there's no audio being played on that. The way I've got the output set up is quite interesting. Probably not the best way to do it, but it works. So I've got the stereo out, which is this one. The stereo out then sends to the matrix 1, and matrix 1 control is this one here, which is this output of my back speakers. And if we go over to setup to the Omni outs, This one we can see that so 7 and 8 are the front speakers, and 5 and 6 are the Matrix 1, which is basically a duplicate of the stereo output. As you can see, we've got a bit of a delay on there, 4 meters, because the speakers are 4 meters apart. And for some reason we do have another problem with one of our MSR 100s. It seems to be a bit quiet on all the others, so I've just upped the output on that a little bit. For user-defined keys, I've only got 2 set up. They're 2 mute groups. So on this side, as you can see, they're all mute group 1. Got a bit carried away. So you just hit that, they're the microphones. And on the left side, we've got a mute for the 2 outputs. So they're my emergency mute buttons. Just looking at my desk setup. So I've got my desk here. I've got my script here. I've also got 2 more seats because other people are helping me do sound effects. Got the laptop doing sound effects, and on this laptop, it's my one, I've got a cue list for the sound effects, so we can know what's coming next. Everything's saved onto a USB stick, so I'm loading the show each time, so I have the same presets in case anyone comes and fiddles with the desk. And it can also save my setups for the outputs and EQ, stuff like that. Okay guys, so that's the end of my audio tour for you, for my last production here actually at this school. It's quite sad, but it's good to be using this desk again. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, any more questions on anything to do with the desk, anything to do with how we ran up what cabling or whatever, then please drop a comment and I'll definitely get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.